Hello there, folks. This is Bob here at Sorrento Hill. Caught me inside without my hat on, sweating like crazy. It's just above freezing outside, but I've been out busting up firewood because the past couple days we've had to have fire because it's been pretty cold. So I got a pretty good stack in by the door. Some more out in front of the door. It'll keep us until it warms up. And I've got a bunch of logs outside to split still. But today I'm working on, believe it or not, it's freezing, but it's not too early to start on garden. Last year I got a late start on my garden, and boy, I tell you, but because I got the late start, I got caught out by the drought that hit, and I think a combination of drought and just could not get enough water on stuff to grow, just kind of keep it green but not make it grow, and the fresh soil and the late start didn't do very well. So this year I've got my beds, I've got them in place, everything's ready to go. So now it's just getting a start on things. And like I said, last year I was late getting things started indoors, and then by the time I planted like my peas and green beans, I was actually up into June, I think it was, when I planted those, and they need to be planted about at least 2 to 3 months earlier than that. So I'm hoping that this year, by being more timely and being better prepared, I can do a little bit better job on the garden. So to that effect, what I've been doing is I hadn't put this on a spreadsheet, but just doing it on paper. The different varieties that I've got that I'm going to be planting, how many days it takes to germinate, how many days till maturity, and then based on what the seed packet recommends for our zone, when I should start them, either indoors or direct sow, and about when I should start them. Now our last frost date is around April 19th, but we still have a 50-50 chance all the way up until about April 29th. But then, according to the great Google, we have a 90% safe to plant by May 18th, which I guess is why my grandfather used to always wait until Mother's Day weekend to plant his crops. So I've taken those dates and the recommendations on the seed packets. Hi, Cat. He's got to be in the middle of everything. And made my list. And then on what I'm going to plant direct or what I'm going to plant indoors, I've got dates on when I need to get them in and about how many I'm going to put in. So crazy cat, he's going to be sitting on stuff pretty soon here, and that hopefully that'll end up with better results this year. And I've been working on some things in the workshop. I'll show you one of the things. This is one of the items that I built. Well, I'm gonna have to back up to catch this. Some scrap. That was a piece of scrap. The black was a piece of 1x10. The scrap about 3.5 foot long, and I cut it into 3-inch strips and made the little square pieces. That's a piece of wood off a pallet, 30 inches tall, and I used a keyhole router bit and put some keyholes in the back to hang it over a screw. And and then I made some little blocks that I hand lettered with home to put on there, and just a neat little thing. It'll look a whole lot better when I finally get doors done here, but that's one of the things I was working on. This is another thing that I made. I had to pull it out to show you. Debbie's always losing her TV remote, so I built her a little stand that goes beside the couch. And this is just out of 1x8 with a round tabletop. That was fun figuring out the geometry and all that to make that work. but just I thought that was a pretty cool design. She likes it. She especially likes the black with the dark top, and it's a place to keep her TV remote so it doesn't get lost down in the couch and I don't end up having to tip the couch up so I can find her remote. And here we are out in my mess of a workshop, and that's part of the reason why it's a mess. This is a cabinet that I built for my granddaughter, and I've got to get my saw and get my oak shavings out of the way and everything like that. I better unplug this so that I can figure out how to get this thing out of here and get it loaded up in the truck so I can deliver it to her today. And she likes painted stuff, so it's made out of pine plywood, and this is oak. For this piece of oak is from a tree in front of our house. I planed it down. That's what the shavings over there are for. And then again here, a shelf and the coat hangers. And instead of buying coat hangers from the big box store, what I did is these are pieces of oak. They're stood off about 1.5 inches. You can see how your coat would fit on it. And then I gave these little blocks to my grandson and had him wood burn initials on it for my granddaughter and her fiance, and then each of the grandsons. And they're all elementary school age and one's preschool, and they love their shoot 'em up games. They love to play Army, and they love Minecraft and World of Warcraft and like. So this is their initials, and instead of using block script, they use guns and knives and swords and daggers and all that good stuff. Well, except for their dog. This is for the dog's leash. Her name is Senna. So, and that's one of the things that's nice about getting something that's custom made, is you can make it fit for your space. And then I used the hidden hinges and got a couple shelves in here. She wanted a tall space for her husband's work bags. He's an over-the-road trucker, and so he has his bags, puts his boots down there, and space for his bags here. And so I need to get this thing out of here so I can make some more stuff. So that's what I've been working on. You know, this is a nice big piece of furniture, not just a craft thing, but a piece of furniture. And so far, well, I guess a king-size bed is pretty big. I built a couple beds, but this was a fun piece to put together. A lot of things I had to figure out, like how to fasten it, how to fasten things, and how to put everything together so the fasteners aren't visible. So I'm pretty proud of this piece. I'm looking forward to getting it delivered to her, and then I can get on to some other things that I'm going to build. Getting ready for the farmers market. I'm building herb garden beds, raised planters, you know, tall planters, and picnic tables and things like that. So I'm looking forward to getting that stuff done and getting the farmers market. Looking forward to getting going on the garden. It's going to be time next week. I'll be having to start direct sewing some stuff inside, and I think I'm going to take advantage of having that guest room done and put me up a shelf in the guest bedroom, and that way I can close the door. It stays pretty warm, and you know, we can keep it warm in there, and I can close the door, and that way I don't have to worry about the cat getting into it. I did things outside last year. Of course, it was a little later in the year. I did them in my solar kiln, but it's a little too cool right now to do that, so I'll do them inside in the guest bedroom. It's getting ready to be that busy time of the year, so we're getting psyched up for that. Got lots of plans for things to do. I've got a lot of video of building this cabinet unit, but I don't know if it really fits for here. Maybe we'll put that together later and put that out there. But just wanted to catch you up on what we're doing. Just it's a freezing day, but here I am planning garden and figuring out dates and what I'm going to do, because you know, if you just kind of let things happen without making some plans, sometimes it doesn't go real well. So hopefully this year it goes better than it did last year. And with building stuff like this, again, that's an income stream for the homestead. That's you know, a lot of people, they think, well, I've got chickens, and what can I do to you know, to sell the produce that I make, and to sell eggs, and do whatever, because that's kind of the standard homestead thing. And basically what I'm trying to do is just raise enough stuff that we can eat it ourselves and not have to buy from the store. But I have the tools and some ability and some creativity, so I'm using the woodworking as a way to bring in some money. And it's really handy too, because there's a lot of things, like for instance, I'm always having to carry my garden tools around. So let me go back inside and I'll show you my garden caddy that I made. So this is a little jewel that I made. I'm going to be, my next trip to Menards, I'll buy some lawnmower wheels to put on the back of it. But it's just a little caddy, you got a handle on it. I'll put the lawnmower wheels on the back so you can tip it back and carry it with you. Got boxes for my big mug and sprays or seeds or amendments, whatever I need to put in there. And some hanging places for hand tools. I got some of my stuff hanging here just to give you an example. But that way, one of the things that's really frustrating is when I go out to the garden, I got to grab everything up, figure out where it is, grab everything up, and haul it out there. And I always need another hand. So I thought, well, this is a solution. So that's a piece of scrap 2x10 and some leftover fence picket material and a piece of 2x4. Used a piece of plywood to make a handle for it, and just slap that together. So I'm going to be making some of these for the farmers market, hopefully without this. I just realized this upright here is kind of twisted. It's a good thing I'm not selling that one, but that's my prototype. So that's one of the things that's fun about being out here is you know, instead of going and buying something, okay, now here's an issue, what can I do to solve that problem? And that's what I came up with for my garden tools. And again, with the wheels on the back, and just tip it back. Oops, sorry. Tip it back, pull it wherever I need to go, get there, stand it up. Everything's right handy. And when I go to store it, everything's all together. I'd love to stay and talk for a while longer. That's a lot more fun sometimes than working. But I got stuff to get done, so we'll bring this one to an end so I can get that thing to where I can get it loaded up on the truck and get it delivered, so I can make some fresh sawdust on some other things. So we appreciate you stopping by to see what we're doing out here. Like I said, getting ready for spring in the garden. I know Debbie's wanting to get some chickens this year, so I'm going to have to build a chicken coop and figure out a place where we're going to put them and the like. But so that'll be coming up, because she's not going to be happy until she gets her chickens. So we'll, even though right now we got a lady from church who she's getting sometimes 4 or 5 dozen eggs a day, and she always brings some to church and hands to us. So we usually get 1 or 2 dozen eggs a week from her. So I haven't been in any big rush for chickens. It makes her happy, it makes me happy, and hey, it works out pretty good. But yeah, Debbie wants some chickens. She likes the idea of chickens, so we'll have to get some chickens. But get that garden going and get some more stuff made, and looking forward to farmers market season coming up. Like I said, it's getting to be the busy time of year, and unfortunately I don't think I got as many things done this winter as I wanted to before I have to get busy with other things. But never a dull moment. I always tell people, you know, I don't think I have ever worked as hard in my life as when I retired because I always worked jobs where I was pushing the pencil and working on the computer. The most I did at work was I carried around a clipboard in one hand and had a radio attached to my hip and calling other people and telling them to go work. But now I get to do all this stuff myself, and having a blast doing it, and going to do it as long as I can. And the only thing I regret is that we didn't do this sooner, because it's a whole lot better than the other things I was doing to make a living. Now we get to have a life. But at any rate, that's where we are. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. We certainly are. And in a few days here, I'll post another one to let you know how it went on getting that beast. It's only got 3 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, a couple pieces of oak, and a couple pieces of 1/4 inch plywood in it. So it's going to be kind of heavy. So that'll be fun. All right. This is Bob at Serenity Hill. Thanks for stopping by. Don't be afraid to get out there and do something you've never done before. Make things happen for yourself. If it doesn't go right the first time, do it again. Try again until you get it right, and you can go to bed at night feeling tired and sore, but content. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.